Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Games. And today we are introducing a new segment, if you will, and it's called Medieval 2 Total War. A slightly older game, but a very interesting game at that. So, if any of you don't really get the Total War series and how it works, basically in this game you get to pick from a very small range of countries in the Grand Campaign. As you can see here, 6 different countries in the medieval times. He plays England, France, the Holy Roman Empire, Spain, Venice, or Scotland. We are going to be playing as England, and advice level off, because I'm fairly decent at this game. All the difficulties at normal. No battle time limit, manage all cities, and we'll leave the show CPU moves off. So, we will begin. We'll go ahead and watch this video intro.
With the Norman conquest and a crowned king came the dawning of a new era for England. Nobles ordered the construction of mighty castles to fortify the realm. To rule this land is a birthright, but to control it requires the courage and skill few possess. It is a kingdom beset by enemies. The Scots press at its borders, the Vikings to the north, and the French separated by a mere channel of water. All of the country exists in a state of war, as even the common are called upon for duty. In these times of total war, it rests on the shoulders of those who lead to ensure the kingdom does not fall into ruin.
And that concludes the intro. So here you can see we got our English Empire, very small but proud. I'm going to show you a few things before we start. Neat thing that I like in this game is the Pope, and it actually allows you to do different things involving religion. In this screen you could see who the Pope is and how the Pope reviews your nation. Right now, the Pope really reviews every nation about equally, except for the Holy Roman Empire. It's kind of ironic. Now, in order to, your country can actually come under control of the Pope, or control the Pope. Now, down here in Italy, there's a region which we can't really see, but it's called the Papal States, and it's the region that the Pope actually resides in. When a Pope dies, the College of Cardinals votes one of the cardinals to become the next Pope. And the way the College of Cardinals works is your priest in your nations that you can create at your cities. You use those, and they go around, and piety or pity, whatever you want to call that, the higher it is, the higher chance they become a cardinal. And if they're a cardinal, then you get to use them to vote for a pope when the pope dies. So here you can see all the countries that have cardinals. Some countries have multiple cardinals. We have one. Let's see. I don't think there are any nations that have multiple.
Count your blessings, not your enemies, noble one.
Anyway,
I am not here to negotiate, only to...
In our nation, here's the family tree. We have King William, our leader, Prince Rufus, who's the heir to the throne, and Prince Robert, and the rest of them don't really matter, because your princesses and princes, just princesses, they go around and marry other people to make generals become part of the family and whatnot. Here in Caen is where Prince Robert is stationed in his army, surrounded by one rebel encampment over here, and then the French to the south. Here's London, our capital, where King William is stationed. There's
Sire.
Princess Cecilia, which, as you can see, that's her right there. We have Prince Rufus, the heir to the throne here. We have a spy, which we use to spy on enemy encampments. Here's our bishop.
Yes,
or
Your Highness.
not bishop, cardinal. And as you can see, the little thing right beneath my cursor says 90% Catholic. With him being in the region, it converts more people to Catholicism. So what I'm going to do right now, I am going to set all the cities to auto-manage for construction. That way the cities, continue to grow even though I don't remember to build certain things. And we're going to pull out all of our troops, King William included, the Spear Militia, and we're going to send them up to Prince Rufus.
We go no further today.
Pull all the troops out of Nottingham and join them with the king. We are going to attack the village of York, which is just north. Now the Council of Nobles has just given us a new mission. Take rebel settlement within 15 turns. Our great nation appears weak to tolerate such insolence from these rebels. The Council recommends you capture this rebel settlement and assert your authority. The target is the village of York, and a reward will be 2,500 florins. And if you are new to the Total War series, down here in the corner where you see my cursor, that is the nation's money. If we click on this, you can see an overview of all the money that is spent, and etc. End of turn report, which is not too important. Trait increase, Robert, fair and rule. We won't spend too much time looking at all that. New constructions. Go ahead and move the king up to Prince Robert. Before we attack, we'll send the spy to look at the enemy troops that are there. And it looks like our spy was killed by the enemy, so that was rather pointless.
They'll wish they'd never been born, sire.
I'm going to recruit some mailed knights and hobilars, however you pronounce that. Apparently they're slightly, let's see, recruitment is 680 and that one's 280. They're much less effective than the mailed knights. It looks to me like
We have something for you, Seigneur.
Constance of France is coming as a messenger, basically. France wants to trade with our nation, so we'll accept.
A most worthwhile meeting. Au revoir.
And Scotland, apparently they're not going to say anything. One of their little diplomats. We'll go ahead and attack the village of York.
Yes, sire.
Assault.
Moving to crush the enemy. Besieging the cowards, my liege.
We have 1,027 men versus 517. Auto-resolve, and if any of you want to watch the battles and have me actually fight them, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to do so. And it was a clear victory. We only lost 149 men. The rebels were completely wiped out.
Such is the fate of all who
We're going
oppose
to
us.
occupy the settlement.
The settlement has fallen.
We're going
Take
to go
the
into
spoils of
auto-construction.
war.
Now there is another rebel village over in here, which you can't see on the map, but I know for a fact. There we completed the mission. We're going to leave Prince Rufus behind
Command me, sire.
with
Sire.
one unit
My lord.
of spear militia.
An order.
King and the rest of the men are going to
We'll
head over
stop
for the
here.
rebel village.
Greetings. We have a word for
Scotland
you.
wishes to open up a trade agreement. For now, we will accept.
Yours. A pleasure, noble sire.
If the enemy finds
New
us
mission.
here, it won't
From
be
the
to
Pope
their
within
liking.
5 turns. The dwindling number of Catholics in this settlement, which the settlement is London, reflects poorly on the Catholic Church. Recruit a priest to the settlement to convert more people. We will reward is increased reputation with the Pope and 500 florins. So we will go ahead and recruit a priest, which is always a good thing because the more priests you have, the higher chances they'll get promoted to cardinals, and the higher chance that our nation will be the Pope, or
Yes.
the leading
Marching,
for the
sire.
Pope. if the Pope dies.
Command me, sire.
New
Yes.
mission by the Council of Nobles. Send an emissary, which is a diplomat. There are foreigners almost at every gate, and we know very little of them. The Council suggests you send an emissary to the faction and initiate diplomatic relations to the Holy Roman Empire. I have no interest to go that far.
Yes.
We'll attack this.
We shall slaughter
Yeah.
them, my lord. They're
walls,
dead once we breach the walls,
so we
sire.
have to wait for one turn
Yes,
to produce
sire.
the siege equipment.
They're not going
And
anywhere.
Scotland has an army, which is not good, near York. So I'm going to start recruiting, which I cannot recruit any troops. It won't let me. Start recruiting troops here. In Nottingham, I'm going to go ahead and personally build a garrison quarter so we can start building more improved troops. And then build a church in London. I'm afraid Scotland is about ready to go to war with us. Suitable prince proposed by a betrothed to Cecilia. But I usually don't like getting a whole bunch of people into the family, so we are going to decline. Go
Command me,
ahead and
sire.
press the attack on.
They'll wish they'd never been
rebel
born, sire.
castle. Victory. We lost only 110 men.
Victory!
We are occupying
Nothing can stop us, sire.
it. We will leave
Another
one
settlement
set of
falls
archers
before
behind.
us.
We're going
Victory!
to send the rest of the troops
An
back
order.
towards York
Sire.
because I'm afraid the Scottish are planning an attack. Create 3 spear militia in London. Prepare for an invasion because I'm pretty sure the Scottish will be doing this. Another prince wanting to marry Cecilia. I'm going to decline them all. And relations with the Pope basically are very, very good. Oh, and there's a rebel army moving around in Caen. We'll go ahead and send this army around
Yes,
to take
sire.
care of it.
Command me,
Move our
sire.
troops into York as
As you
soon as
command.
possible. Put this castle we just took over into auto-manage. True goal of mine is to make the
Poised to
British Isle
ambush,
all
sire.
under English
Waiting for a
control.
victim.
Let's see, our armies are not
My
huge
lord.
in London, but we're going to go ahead and
Orders.
send them to Nottingham.
By your
Prepare to
command.
send them all the way
We can
north.
go no further today, sire.
Let's see. Go ahead and attack this rebel army
Marching
here.
to war.
And apparently they say that would be a bad idea, so we will retreat.
Your will, sire.
Prince
Hail,
William
my king!
and the men will join the army.
Assembling a
Not
mighty...
William, Prince Robert.
Orders. Your will, sire. As you wish. We'll make camp.
I don't think Scotland's going to want to attack us.
Laying in
Our armies are very large. Our councils of nobles want us to reinforce the region of Caen, which I'm not too worried about, because Scotland looks like they're focusing on York.
Orders. Yes, sire.
Really don't know what I should do here.
My
I'm gonna
lord,
send...
am I to win over
No, I
hearts
can't
or
do that.
heads?
It won't let me.
Yes, Majesty.
I'm gonna
Daughter
send
of the
Prince
Crown.
Cecilia to the north.
Yes.
My liege.
Prince Robert, I'm going to
By
have him
your
attack
will,
this rebel
sire,
army.
we shall engage.
Clear victory. Go ahead and withdraw our troops back into
Glory,
Caen
honor,
here.
victory!
Looks like this castle is a pretty nice castle. Go ahead and merge
Ships
these
ready.
ships together.
Joining the fleet, sire.
Yes,
We've
Your
increased
Highness.
3% more to Catholicism. Now there's a heretic, which
Doubt my word.
is actually
and
a
you
perfect
condemn yourself.
opportunity
Yes,
for
Majesty.
to increase my
This is the heathen in question, my lord?
cardinal or priest's
God's servant.
skills. I'm going to send my priest out because he's not a cardinal yet. I want my priest to gain skill so he has a chance in becoming a cardinal. The Pope would like us to join the crusade, and
The Holy
I
Bible.
would do so only if I knew how to do so. Anyway,
Yes, Your
I'm going to
Highness.
send my priest
Name
out
the
there to get rid of the
blasphemer.
heretic.
The heretic will not survive.
So, we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. So, you can be looking forward to the next episode. We'll get rid of this heretic. Maybe I can figure out how to join the crusade by then. I might do that. Probably not anytime soon because Scotland is getting very close. I don't really want to be the one to attack Scotland because then the Pope will become angry and could excommunicate my faction, or my nation. If Scotland attacks, it'll give us the right to fight back, at least until we actually get rid of their country and the Pope won't be as mad. But anyway, thanks for watching.